Hello again, Dinky Danny here. I just got back from the flea market and I found something today that I've been looking for a long time. I'd never seen one of these in real life before, so I'm really excited to add it to my collection. And in this video, I'm just going to show you what it looks like, give you a little bit of information, and some of the things that make this a unique version of the console. So, as you can see, the console is an Atari 2600. The reason that this is a unique version is it's called an Atari 2600 Heavy Sixer. And I've always heard about them, never seen one in real life. And the nickname comes from when you pick this thing up, it weighs a ton. It's really heavy. It's way heavier than the other Atari 2600 models. And the other half of the nickname comes from obviously the 6 switches that it has. So that's why they call it the Heavy Sixer. The reason that this is worth a little bit more money, this will generally be worth about $120 or more. And a regular Atari 2600 6 switch, which I actually have another one over here to compare to, the Heavy Sixer will cost about $120 to $150, and the other version will cost maybe $30 or $40. So the main reason for this one being more valuable is it was the first print of the Atari 2600. It was made in Sunnyvale, California in 1977 for only 1 year. After that first year of production, they started making them in Hong Kong. And I believe that this Heavy Sixer had 550,000 units created. I'm not sure if that number's completely accurate, but I know it was a lot less than the other runs of the system. So in this video, mainly I've always heard about the Heavy Sixer and how you could tell the two apart, and it's kind of hard to tell, so I figure in this video I'll give you some tips on how you could tell if you're looking at a Heavy Sixer version or a regular 6 switch, because the price difference is a real high difference, about $100 sometimes. So the first thing, and probably most significant difference in the systems, is the plastic casing here. You can see that on the Heavy Sixer it's a lot thicker, and it's about maybe a little over a ½ inch thick. And on the other versions it's very thin. It's probably a centimeter or two. So if you're out, that's the major thing to look for, and you can tell that you have a Heavy Sixer if it's real thick on that side. The other thing is on the front, right here on the Heavy Sixer, it's pretty rounded, and it's more of a circular cut, where on the other versions it's a lot sharper of a cut, more closer to a 90-degree angle. So those are the two major things that you could tell. Other than the weight of the console, this one weighs a lot more than the other ones. Also, a minor difference on the bottom, you can't see it too well, but it's a little bit rounded on the bottom there. And on the other versions, it's just a straight line across. So if you're out looking for Atari 2600s and you're not sure if you have the valuable version, which is this one, first thing to look for is make sure that it has this thick plastic coating over here. And the next thing, if you know the weight of a regular Atari, you'll pick this up and you'll notice pretty quickly that it's a lot heavier. And yeah, the RF shielding in there makes it a lot heavier of a system. There are a few other differences on the tag here. You can see that this one will say made in Sunnyvale, California, but there were other versions of the Atari 2600 in Sunnyvale, so that's not a true sign of whether it's a Heavy Sixer. Also, you get the serial number, and the lower that is, the better, obviously. So that's just a little bit of information about this system I found. I now have all the Atari 2600 Woody versions. I've got this one. I've got a 6 switch, 4 switch, and then I just found the Darth Vader model. So pretty happy about finding this. I picked this up. I was looking through the flea market, and I found it's a guy that's up there all the time. He has a store. He usually knows his prices really well. And for some reason, he just had this priced at $25. And I actually picked up some old Nintendo games. So I managed to get this for $20, and then I got 4 Nintendo games for $2 a piece. So I got a really great deal on this. $20, it's probably worth like $120 to $150. So really happy to find it. Definitely going to be putting that on my shelf and adding it to my collection. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. Now you'll know the difference between an Atari 2600 Heavy Sixer and a regular version. I'm Dinky Dana, and thanks for watching. Batman.